Welcome back, everybody. For families, a pediatric cancer diagnosis can absolutely be devastating. Emotionally and financially, the Madison T. Niebush Foundation is committed to the memory of Madison Niebush through fundraising efforts to benefit families going through a cancer journey. Madison's father and founder of the MTK Foundation, Levi Niebush, is with us today again to talk about the upcoming 5K, 10K fun run, sleepwalking event. It's going to be a really great one. This is your 6th year to do it, and we're so excited to be supporting you guys again. Let's just talk, I mean, Madison, for people who don't know, Madison is very close to our hearts here on Studio 4. We love her, and Andy has done so many stories about her, and so we all feel very, very close to your family. But tell everybody at home a little bit about Madison and her journey.
Yeah, Madison was diagnosed at the age of 14 with a very, very rare form of cancer, and when she was first diagnosed, we had no idea what was going on. Right. It was chaotic. They couldn't determine what it was here. They sent the pathology over to Dallas and to MD Anderson, and then it ended up going to Emory University. Nobody could find out what it was, and the world's foremost expert on small cell and large cell sarcomas took a look at it. Her name was Dr. Sharon Weiss from Emory University, and she was the one that actually classified it. So as we know of right now, there has never been another diagnosis of the same exact kind. Now, there's been similar types. It is, and you know, being a parent that has lost a child, you go over it in your mind over and over. How did this happen? Could I have done anything different? You know, could I have gotten her treatment somewhere else? But, you know, the truth is we did everything that we could. Right. And I feel at peace with that. But she ended up fighting for about 2 years. And she passed away in January of 2012. And
as you mentioned, being a parent, and I mean, the diagnosis is terrifying, I'm sure, and just not knowing what to do.
It is, and I'm going to do some generalization here. I hope people forgive me, but you know, fathers, we tend to be the protectors and we tend to be the fixers. Women always complain, "You're always trying to fix me, and you never just listen to me," type thing. But it really hits home when your child is suffering like that. And there's nothing you can do, and you know it. And so you feel real small very quick. And, you know, we're a family of faith, and I don't shy away from that. And so I just kind of had to put it in God's hands, do my part, do what I could, but it wasn't much. Nobody knew what to do. Right. So we ended up getting her treatment in Dallas, her chemotherapies and stuff like that, and it was real nasty chemotherapies. It made her sick as a dog. She lost all her, she went from about 134 pounds down to 83 pounds.
It's just crazy.
You know, towards the end of hers. But then she kind of rebounded after her surgery. She had to have a complete throat dissection, and they had to rebuild her throat. She had to learn how to re-swallow. But once kind of all that subsided, she kind of rebounded, gained a lot of weight back, and that's when we went on our Make-A-Wish trip, you know, and that was a wonderful time for us. Yeah. And then, you know, starting in about November, late October, we were at a football game, and she was complaining about her back hurting, and what had ended up happening was a tumor that they thought was just scar tissue had ruptured in her lung, and she it just went downhill from there and ended up passing away.
And so, I mean, in her memory, you want to support parents and families out there that are going through a similar situation.
In her memory, yes, I do, but it even transcends that, because this is a problem that I believe that we can fix. I truly believe it. You know, when I gave the speech for the Texas Tech thing, where we're now directly funding pediatric cancer research through Texas Tech, when I gave that speech, I told them that when we wanted to split the atom, we built cities in the deserts, and we had these towns that made this heavy water, and we got all the greatest scientists that everybody could muster. We put them in this town and said, "You're not leaving until this is done." And within about 3 or 4 years, they split the atom. And not only that, but now we can harness that energy. And that's an amazing thing to do. And I think sometimes, I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any stretch, but I do believe that sometimes we're lackadaisical about some of the things that I believe are important. And when we say that our children are the most important thing to us, yet we're allowing cancer to be the #1 killer of children, because up until President Trump signed this last bill, and it's not a political statement. I believe any president would have signed that bill. But until he signed that bill, only 3% of the federal budget went to pediatric cancer research. That's mind-boggling to me. And I told Madison, she had passed away at the time, but I was holding her in her room when she passed away, and I told her that I wouldn't give up, and you know, until I drew my last breath. And I meant to do that. I'm seriously, all kidding aside, you know, I'm very satirical in my speech, and I like to have fun with people, but I meant that, and I'll go down fighting myself.
My goodness. So, in that vein, you guys have a fundraiser coming up, a run, a 10K, a 5K, a fun run. And also, we want to encourage people to be sleepwalkers if they don't want to run. And we're doing a special promotion today. If you sign up today, until 5 o'clock, MTK has reduced the registration fee by $4.
To celebrate Studio 4? To
celebrate Studio 4. The run is on the July 21st, so that's in a couple of weeks. So be sure and go over. What's the website we need to go to?
It is...
You can just go to mtkfoundation.org, right?
Yes, you can go to mtkfoundation.org, but it's also at runreg/MTK 5K 10K.
Okay, so we're going to discount the registration fee by $4 today. Plus, KMR Local 4 is going to donate $4 for every registration fee until 5. And if 50 of you sign up today, we're going to donate $400 more on top of that registration. So we just thank you for being here today, and we're so proud of everything that you guys are doing and the mission that you have, and we're happy to support you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got lots more Studio 4 coming up. Levi's going to stick around. He's going to help me co-host the show. So here's a question. Do you find yourself sneezing a lot lately?